Hello everyone, this is Yomi, and I'm here with an update on my controller, which is basically working fine now with this new version of Star Citizen, and with a bit more tweaking on my end. So I've got a nice new microphone, and I'm also using a better recording software, which should give a better quality video. And you can find a link to how to build one of these controllers in the information section below the video. Alright, so the idea of this controller is that it would give full analog control over every movement axis simultaneously. So that is longitudinal, vertical and horizontal translation, as well as pitch, roll and yaw. And we've got all of that. So the pitch, roll and yaw are quite simple. They're just using the T16000 portion, which is just a joystick. It's very easy to map, so I can roll, I can pitch and I can yaw with no worries whatsoever. And it's all very intuitive based on the movement of the main body of the gamepad. For the strafing, I'm using the left thumbstick of the gamepad, which is a Thrustmaster GPX or something, which is basically a Microsoft 360 controller. So I can strafe quite slowly, as you can see, or more quickly, because of the analog control, which I believe sets the the desired velocity basically. So if you're leaning the stick 50% to the left, you'll go 50% of the maximum strafing speed to the left. So as you can see, I'm in coupled mode now. If I was in decoupled, I'd be able to accelerate at different rates up to the maximum limit, overall speed limit for the ship, which is 160 or something. And finally, I have mapped the triggers, the left and right analog triggers, to longitudinal strafe rather than an actual throttle control. This still lets me go to the maximum speed of the ship and accelerate as fast as I like, but this is actually much better. It's basically, the right trigger is like a gas pedal on a car, so very familiar for people who use a gamepad for racing games. Basically, if I'll do backwards instead of forwards now, but the same thing applies. I'm going to put slight pressure on it, and you can see that my velocity is -23, and that's a constant. That's because I'm squeezing the trigger a constant amount. If I squeeze that more to the maximum, I will accelerate up to my maximum negative velocity of 180 meters a second. And if I relax, it will gently ease off and decelerate down to 0. Same thing going forwards. If I squeeze it very slightly, I will aim for a speed of 20, say, or I can go down to 7 or 10, and I can aim for a higher speed by maintaining the throttle partially pushed down up to the limit of the maximum. So if you're squeezing it all the way, your ship will go as fast as it likes. Or rather, as fast as it can. It scales to the maximum speed of your ship, which is great. So if I want to ease down to half speed, I can do that just by holding it halfway down, and it will do it by itself. So the great thing about this controller is that you can use every axis simultaneously. You can fly around very naturally and intuitively. I can I'm using a bit of strafe there. You can see my velocity indicator is not where my nose is pointing, but is in the top right. I can move that around to the top left if I want to move it at an angle. I can do that more extremely by the kind of proportion of forwards to vertical or horizontal movement. So you basically fly your ship in any direction you like. I can fly backwards and sideways at the same time, all while being in coupled mode. So I'm heading backwards here. And I can strafe, I can do whatever I like in coupled mode, where you have target velocities. Basically the whole thing works with target velocities. Or if I switch to decoupled mode, it's just accelerations. You'll keep on heading the same way as you look. You can see the velocity indicator there, that shows where I'm going. If I strafe to the right now, that will gradually change, hopefully, although there's a bug when you're at maximum speed currently in this version of Arena Commander, where if you're going at the speed limit, you can't do anything basically, and you've got to use the space brake before it will let you actually move, which is a big problem. Yeah, see my vector has gradually changed there, but now I'm going at the maximum speed, so it can't do anything else. It won't let me do anything at all, so I've got to brake, which is a big pain. this doesn't seem to happen so much for forwards motion, and actually it does. So I'm squeezing and trying to go forwards now, but I've already reached my maximum speed in this direction, so I can't actually change the direction anymore. Oh dear. Sorry, my frame rate took a hit because I just clipped that rock, which probably changed the level, the damage state or something. But yeah, so decouple mode's got some big issues at the moment, but hopefully those will be resolved. Alright, so that's probably coming up to the end. The controller works beautifully. Oh, sorry, one last thing as well. I wanted to have full control of the gimbals at the same time as the motion, so completely independently. On the right thumbstick I can aim the guns, so I can fly in one direction, I can do whatever I like, and I can aim somewhere else and shoot. Although it is obviously quite difficult to aim precisely, but no more than playing a first-person shooter on a console, which isn't perfect, but it's better than nothing. I believe this controller is the best overall setup you can get at the moment. And I would encourage you to build one, which you can do for not very much at all. Much cheaper than a HOTAS, certainly. Probably more than a mouse. You don't need that much DIY or soldering skill to do the simplified version. And if you've got any questions about how to make it, then just drop me a message and I will help you out. I'm going to be hopefully doing a video series about how to fly, basically how the flight mechanics work and how you can maneuver and do various maneuvers such as strafing and other things which might be useful for combat. Alright, I think that's everything for now, so thank you for listening and Yomi out.